Yo, what's poppin', Guiny gang?
God, that was cringe.
But anyways, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be doing a hand-to-hand comparison of Badlion client versus the Lunar client to decide which client is the best overall client for Minecraft PvP. In this video, I'll be covering as much as possible and also my own opinions on the Badlion versus Lunar client topic as well. If you do end up enjoying the video, please consider subscribing. And without wasting any more time, let's get into today's video. Alright, so first of all, let's talk about the interface of both Badlion client and Lunar client. So when you first open Badlion, you are greeted with a nice interface which has all the things necessary to the client at the top. There's some news about the client such as updates and stuff, social media which they have, and some epic stats. Once you're ready to play with the client, there's an option to use beta versions, but this is locked to Badlion Insider. You can choose if you want Optifine, but the main thing which separates Badlion from Lunar is the amount of versions Badlion supports. And I'll get into why this is significant a bit later into the video. Now there's also an option for the client settings where you can mainly allocate RAM, but also launch Minecraft in debug and other smaller features. Chances are you already know about these client launchers, but let's cover Lunar client too. When you first load Lunar client, one of the most immediate things you notice is that it is quite simplistic. It has a friendly green launch button sent to the screen where you can actually launch the game. Similarly to Badlion client, there's news, social media, and updates. They have a list of servers they work with. Similarly to Badlion client, there's also a RAM slider and different settings you can change. When it comes down to launch speed, both clients perform very similarly and they don't take that long to open. As you can see, both load pretty much at the same time, with Lunar client maybe a couple seconds ahead of Badlion client. So anyways, now let's move on to the mods. So when you're in Minecraft and you press R shift whilst using Badlion client, you will see this interface with this large array of mods which can be used in many different ways. And in comparison to Lunar client, I feel like although Badlion client looks older, it's easier to navigate in the mod section and actually choose which mods you want, as with Lunar, as you can see, it's just way more difficult to actually find the mod you might be looking for. Now there are also settings on Badlion client for mod profiles, graphics, and just stuff like that. The Badlion GUI editor is also very user friendly, like it even has a guide to tell you how to use it, which honestly I think is just quite nice. Lunar client on the other hand also has mod profiles, and very similarly to Badlion client, it also has general settings, performance settings, and even control settings. So how do these clients compare with FPS? Let's get into that. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed that quick comparison between Badlion and Lunar client in FPS. So in conclusion, Lunar client is basically a bit better in FPS over Badlion client in quite a substantial amount, by usually like a couple hundred frames in my case. Obviously, I don't know if it's gonna be the same for you guys. You guys actually might have a way better time on Badlion client than me. But in my opinion, for me at least, Lunar client is probably the best for FPS and probably the best for PvP in general. In comparison to like the interface and just the GUI in general of Lunar client versus Badlion, it's just way more refined on Lunar client. I feel like the GUI on Lunar client also just looks way cleaner and way more refined over Badlion client. Honestly, I just prefer Lunar client in general because despite the lack of mods, honestly, I'm just fine on Lunar client. A lot of people might just prefer more customization and stuff like that. For me, honestly, I'm just fine with having a pretty boring GUI. Also, the lack of Insider kind of sucks, but I didn't even have Insider in the first place. But just FPS in general, Lunar client just feels a lot smoother. There's a lot less lag spikes. I don't know if it's just my system or something. But for someone who's used both clients, I honestly can say this, that for me in general, the Lunar client experience is just a lot smoother in FPS, a lot smoother in actual gameplay, and I've really enjoyed Lunar client so far. In my opinion, I feel like Badlion client could do with a completely new like reskin or something that closer fits the Lunar aesthetic, because honestly, Badlion could do with that. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, although it was quite short, yeah, consider subscribing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. You guys mean so much to me. Also, if you're new around here, consider subscribing, dude. Join the Guiny gang, please. If you're wondering where my ranked Skywars content's been recently, I hurt my arm, I fell down the stairs because I'm a dumb, and that's why I haven't been. And that's why I haven't been playing ranked Skywars recently. I know it's stupid, but it's true and it hurts. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the future. And peace.